Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Tevaron here, and welcome to another episode of Friday Night Magic. This week, we are going to be, once again, Geist ramping. Mainly because, this close to the release of a new set, cross fingers, hopefully Eldritch Moon will be out in a timely manner and with fewer bugs than Shadows over Innistrad and Oath of the Gatewatch were. The archetypes are pretty much established on here, and I have been having trouble finding new builds of decks that actually work and are able to win a few games here and there. As such, we're going to be visiting an old favorite and try to cast some massive spells and beat our opponents with those. The list is almost the same as the list last time. I will put the updated list in the description as well as a link to the deck on Magic Duels Helper if you would prefer that format to see it. There's just some changes in numbers here and there on various cards. Otherwise, it's the same deck. But without further ado, let's play a few games. Alright, I think this is a very keepable hand. We're missing red, but we have enough stall to hopefully get there. And on the topic of new decks, if any of you guys have deck lists that you would like to share in the comments below, please feel free to. I would love to see what you guys are playing, and apparently we have an AI opponent. That's fine, we'll continue playing. Continue. And may give me ideas for new decks myself. If I see one of you post a deck in the comments that I end up working with and want to make a video of, I will definitely give you credit for that. Be nice to just see what everybody is doing in Magic Duels these days. It looks like we are against probably mono white humans. It's a humans build of some ilk, almost certainly. And it does appear to be the mono white version, which is in general the more aggressive version. I would very much like to get a mountain here quickly, and wish and you shall receive, apparently. I'm going to go ahead and Geistblast this Hanweir militia captain. Just don't want them to play any tricksy things to keep it alive. We're in a good shape versus this deck. We've got two fairly decent sized walls as well as regular recurring life gain through the Jaddi Offshoot there. Would like to draw some actual ramp spells here before too awfully long. We'll probably Radiant Flames this turn and do it just for 2 damage. Oh, well, maybe not. Maybe we'll just ramp. Removing a counter from the thing in the ice as well. We'll get a couple of forests. And I'm going to go ahead and play the forest that I got. Just hold a little information back from the opponent. They don't know we have this second island in hand. Not super relevant, but it could be. Alright, well, by not playing our Radiant Flames, we have gotten our, admittedly, AI opponent. We probably desynced from our actual human opponent, is the reason they were replaced by AI, but we got them to overextend, and this Radiant Flames is going to be super, super painful for the opponent here. We can actually go Pore over the pages into Radiant Flames, so I'm going to do that. So Pore over the pages. And we will untap Island. And what did we draw? I can't see. It looks like we got a fog there. So I'm going to untap a forest. We did get a fog. We are going to discard the second Jaddi. And since, now that I think about it, the Radiant Flames isn't going to be that useful because our thing in the ice is going to flip and its trigger will happen first, bouncing all these guys. So I'm just going to fog to do it. We'll get our thing in the ice flipped, bounce everything that's not a horror back to their owner's hands. Then we will swing for 7, and when our opponent plays out some of their creatures again next turn, we will go ahead and Radiant Flames them away then. Reprisal. Bye-bye, thing in the ice. We barely knew you. Oh, and never mind, we fogged, so we didn't get to do 7 damage. That's my bad for not realizing that there. Okay, so we're going to play our Offshoot and a mountain. And then we're going to pour over the pages. Okay, that's pretty good. I guess we'll untap those. And we will discard a forest. I want the rest of these, I think. We'll pass. And next turn we'll have Nissa's Renewal if we want to cast that. We may need to Radiant Flames. But the life gain from Nissa's Renewal and Jaddi Offshoot should be significant. It would be 10 life that we would gain. So maybe we will not need to Radiant Flames. Hello, Archangel of Tithes. Maybe introducing you to Ulamog soon. Also, I do apologize for any play errors on my part. It is generally a lot harder to make the right lines of play because you can't quite think through everything when you are doing a running commentary. And sometimes I miss things that are just really, really obvious to you guys. Yeah, we'll get a mountain as well. We will also play out, I think we can play our forest. I don't think we've made an actual land drop this turn, and we haven't. And we will be at more than Ulamog mana next turn. We will be blocking the Lieutenant, I suppose. Yeah, I'll pay the mana. Taking 4, which is not a huge blow to our 37 point life total at the moment. Another Lieutenant. Once again, the AI opponent is very much overextending here. And we may not Ulamog. We may just Kozilek's Return in Radiant Flames and just wipe their board. I think it's worth losing a Jaddi Offshoot to get rid of 6 creatures on the opponent's side. Alright. And then we'll also have Kozilek's Return in the graveyard, so when we cast Ulamog the turn after that, we can choose to exile it to do 5 damage to the board. Okay, we will Radiant Flames for 3, and Kozilek's Return for 2. Alright. Nice, clean board. Pure as the driven snow. Hello, Fortified Rampart. You are an odd include in a mono-white humans deck. Huh. No accounting, though. Alrighty. Well, Evolving Wilds. Guess we'll get another island, as blue is the more important color in the deck. And we will Ulamog, and we might as well just kill some planes here. As that blocker... no, I don't want to do 5 to the board. Oh, it does it anyway. Guess that's another bug. I don't think I've ever had Kozilek, and it's still in the graveyard. Well, it's not important, I don't imagine, because Ulamog is the only Eldrazi in our deck capable of triggering it. Don't think I've ever had Kozilek's Return in the yard when I've cast a 7+ mana Eldrazi on here to get that trigger. So, you learn something new all the time. Guess we'll attack first. Exile 20 cards from the opponent's deck and probably abyss them. Make them chump probably with that wall there. And that is the case. And we'll explode. And get the last of our non-forest manas out here. I think we have... Yeah, that's fine. I think we have... Yeah, one Evolving Wilds left. Only playing 2 Evolving Wilds in this deck. Because we want the rest of our lands to be rampable. It's kind of cute there. We're getting hit for 2 by the AI, and they're actually getting a creature renowned. Good for them. Swing again. Exile 20 more cards. See what's going on with our opponent's deck here. Celestial Flare, Reprisal, Shoulder to Shoulder, support card. Kithion's Regulars, there's Avacyn. Puncturing Light. That may actually be okay in the deck. Looks like they've got a very diverse removal suite. Kind of like that. Pass back over to them. Suppression Bonds. That's unfortunate. I still think we'll deck them before that Consul's Lieutenant can kill us, though. Even with our Ulamogs unable to attack now. I do not think they can deal 29 damage in 4 turns. Although, they may end up getting really lucky if we keep drawing lands. Nimbus Wings, okay, that adds a point of damage to the clock. Going down to 25. Come on, top deck, let's finish this game, please. That may get us there, let's see. That's fine. And it doesn't. Unfortunately, this is one of those times that not being able to take instants with the pieces of the puzzle is really going to bite us. Although the Geistblast is in the yard, so there is that. Let's go ahead and Pilgrimage. We should have Spell Mastery, but it doesn't matter as we only have 2 forests left in the deck at any rate. So we have 1 Geistblast, 2 Geistblasts in the yard. Our opponent's at 2 cards in deck. And Thalia's Lieutenant is adding a bit to the clock, but they are not going to get there. I don't think. Watch me be wrong, and it'd be really super embarrassing here. So next turn they'll be able to swing for 6, and that's without top decking another human to add counters to Thalia. We saw another Thalia's Lieutenant in this exiled pile, so that's not going to be a top deck that... Oh, well, never mind. Let's do this. And the bug is not going to be relevant since we bounced all of our opponent's things. Apparently this triggers Kozilek's return no matter what we want. And yeah, we'll go ahead and exile some lands since that's the only things we can choose. Don't want to exile our stuff. Okay, we'll say yes. So if we say yes, that exiles the Kozilek's return. That's very good to know. So we'll need to do that in the future to kind of avoid cheating if possible. Faced off against an opponent last night. I don't know if this is a prevalent thing, but I never faced anything like this before. Playing this game, a person with, I think it was a 97 card deck or a 98 card deck, on turn 3 or 4 cast a Brilliant Spectrum, proceeded to draw like 15 or 20 cards, and then somehow generate infinite mana through a bug in the game, and make 100 and some zombie tokens from beneath the floorboards, and cast Rolling Thunder for 20 on me. So that was fun. Seeing somebody just exploit the game completely. I don't know what the value of that is. That would just not give me any sense of accomplishment at all. But at any rate, on to the next game, where hopefully our opponent will be able to stick around the whole time. This is not keepable. New hand, please. Alright, that is better. It's very rarely that we get to actually do super good things with Thing in the Ice. Maybe this will be one of those times. Right, island first. Probably go just mountain next turn. Try to make our opponent think we're a prowess or just a Thing in the Ice control deck. Mage Ring Bully. So we're up against an actual prowess deck. Isn't that ironic? Alright, Thing in the Ice. Hopefully they don't suit that guy up with an infectious bloodlust or something of the like. Probably, and they do at any rate, so we won't be blocking that. Probably wouldn't have anyway because I want our Thing in the Ice to live if possible. And they could have responded with some sort of pump spell to just run right over the Thing in the Ice. So we're taking 5 here. We are not blocking, definitely not. And as much as I hate to do it, I think we're going to have to just Radiant Flames here. Because that is a lot of damage in a very short amount of time if we leave it on the board. Hopefully they don't have a Fiery Impulse in hand to go ahead and finish off our Thing in the Ice. But if they do, then they do. And they've got us. Getting an Infectious Bloodlust back. Good deal. Very likely the opponent would be able to also play another creature here and just suit it up with Infectious Bloodlust, which would allow them to go ahead and keep attacking. Not good for us, but definitely quite good for them. Okay. That is the one thing bad about Abbot of Curl Keep with the way the game works now, not stopping when you have only instant speed things in hand. They didn't get to play their land. So, we are going to Evolving Wilds. Game is sinking. We're having server issues, or maybe they did get to play it. Well, rewind time. We are going to sack this. We could have played the Forest and Explosive Vegetation, but I want to hold up mana to either Geistblast or Kozilek's Return. I guess I should get a, I think we're, yeah. Get a second mountain at the moment. That way we can get them when they try to Infectious Bloodlust this Abbot. Hopefully. Alright, Mage Ring Bully. They'll probably try to put it on that and give it haste. So we will just Kozilek's Return in response. And hopefully wipe their board. Okay. They're going to save their stuff. So that's very bad for us. That Titan Strength was very, very good there. We are in bad shape. So we're looking at 11 damage here. We might just have to block. Neither of them trample. So let's just block the most damage, shall we? Having issues with this game today. Input lag and everything like that. So we're at 9. Rolling Thunder was a good draw. If they have some more instants or sorceries in hand, they can just kill us here. We can do 3. We can go ahead and kill the Mage Ring Bully. That will give them another Infectious Bloodlust. We could Geistblast here. We could just Explosive Vegetation. That seems like the worst of the options for us, though. Because they've got 6 on board. They only need 3 more damage to finish us off. They have another Titan Strength. That would be 8 damage. They don't need much more than that to kill us here. Let's Geistblast the Abbot. And we'll see if we make it through this turn. Pyrehound. Not familiar with that guy. Trample. Okay, so he gets counters for instants and sorceries. That's cool. Going to 5. Pore over the pages. I think we're dead. We can kill this guy. But they get another Infectious Bloodlust, which is going to make this guy 4 damage. Then if they have an instant or sorcery, we're dead. We have to Rolling Thunder to kill it, though. Alright. Yep, that one Titan Strength just did us completely in. Yes. Infectious Bloodlust. Good card. I think the only thing that could really... Oh no, we're dead. We're just dead. We'll concede. Goodbye. Good game. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more lucky in the next one. Huh. I don't know if I feel comfortable keeping this, as we only have forests and no ramp. And 3 spells that are definitely not green. However, the life gain and the chump blocker kind of make me want to keep it, so we'll give it a try. Turn 1 Jaddi is good in any event. Unless we're playing against a very, very controlling deck that doesn't win till late in the game, and then they don't care if we gain a bunch of life. More cards we can't cast? Well, our opponent looks like they're stuck on a single color as well. Hopefully that's the case. Be nice if we were both in sort of the same situation. Explosive Vegetation. I'm still going to need a land of some kind before I can cast that. Although this makes it to where we're going to be able to start actually doing things. Hopefully. Non-evolving wilds land off the top, please. Looks like we may actually just be playing against mono blue. There's a sky spawner. Ah, good. And so, we will explode. And I think we will get 2 mountains here. We have 1 blue already, and our Rolling Thunder is more urgent to be cast than the Crush of Tentacles is at the moment. Don't want to play a 0 damage Fall of the Titans so I can surge the Crush of Tentacles. Jessian Thief, okay. I do believe we are against mono blue. That is quite cool. Like seeing new decks. May Geistblast this guy here, or we may Rolling Thunder. We can Rolling Thunder for 5, which if our opponent doesn't have any instants, will wipe their board. So let's try that. Hopefully we don't get blown out like we did with Titan Strength last game. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that was good for us. Bad for them. They do still have 5 cards in hand, though, so that's good. Another thief. Opponent may be playing slip through space or something to give that thief unblockable, which would be unfortunate. Hello, Ulamog. Do we want to do anything? We can't really. We could follow the Titans for 1, 2, for 3 damage, which would kill that guy. That may be something we do if they play another creature that will die to 3 damage. Of course, we could Geistblast and then Surge Fall for 3 damage also. I think I'm going to Geistblast this. And I'm going to just hold on to the Fall of the Titans for now. Hello, Pilgrimage. Nice to see you. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Because we have Spell Mastery, we'll play out a land also. Gaining a lot of life here, making it difficult for the opponent. Drowner. Alright, that's a bit of an issue. Probably will go ahead and tap down our Jaddi Offshoot so they can get in, or not. Drowner is one of my favorite cards in Standard right now. Just very good value. The 2 Eldrazi Scions do good work. Okay, I think we have enough for Ulamog here, and we do. So we will go ahead and get... I don't think it's worth it to get lands at this point. We'll probably just go ahead and get Drowner and the Thief. And that's probably game unless they have claustrophobia or something like that to keep Ulamog tapped down. Guardian of Tazim can definitely do the job if they have a land in hand. It doesn't look like they do though. Oh, they're going to tap it down with Grip. Okay. I think it skips an untap. It does. Okay. That is fine. I think we want to follow the Titans here. So let's Kozilek's Return. And then we'll fall with Surge for 7. And we'll do 7 to there and 7 to there. Hopefully keep Guardian of Tazim from locking down my Ulamog for the rest of the game. We do also have the option of Crush of Tentacles to bounce Ulamog so that we can get the cast triggers again, the exile. It's better to do when you're able to do it with Surge for sure and get the 8/8 Octopus. Grip of the Royal is definitely doing a good job here. Play our Mountain and pass. Hello, second Guardian of Tazim. Fancy seeing you here. Just met your brother not long ago. Or sister. I don't know which is actually accurate. We're short of an island to be able to cast Jace, so that's not good. We can't Crush of Tentacles either. Wasn't even thinking about not having the double blue out to do that. Right, Guardian is keeping Ulamog tapped down. Ooh. Jarwar Isle Avenger. Guy is very good and limited, I remember that. Playing at the Shadows pre-release. Haven't got a chance to actually draft Shadows since it's been out. Explosive Vegetation is going to help a lot here. Islands, please. All the islands. Give them to me. Next turn we have access to Jace and or Crush of the Tentacles. The and would involve needing another island. Skyline Cascade, okay. I can just tap down all the things. Going to 20 here. Actually, very tempted to Crush of Tentacles. Especially if I draw something low enough casting cost that I can surge it. Don't think that's quite in that range, but we could get Fall back and cast it with Surge. I think that's a good play. Opponent's liable to have counter magic, but we'll see. And they do. So I guess we'll be Surging Crush. Alright. Surge. That's fine. They'll keep their land, their 3/3 land in play from the Awaken there, but it's not much of a contender with our 8/8 Octopus. And then next turn we've got Ulamog, and even if he gets countered, we have the Exile triggers. Alright, Disperse deals rather well with a token. What else have you? You've got mana for, well, I guess you'll Surge that guy. You could have cast the Guardian of Tazim also. I suppose the opponent doesn't want to get their Guardian of Tazim exiled with Ulamog. Alright, well, let's Ulamog it up. Exile the creatures. Don't think you can counter Ulamog with 2 blue. Could be mistaken, but I really don't think it's possible. I think the only 2 mana counterspell in this is Horribly Awry, and it does not counter Ulamog. Sure. Forgot Kozilek's Return was in the yard. Should have targeted 2 lands. Again, mistakes were made. Yep, they did have Horribly Awry. Well, let's fetch. Confirm. Yeah, could have got a lot more value with that. I could have exiled 2 non-creature lands, and then the trigger on Kozilek's Return would have gotten the creatures in play. Hello, Jace. I have your big brother in my hand. Apparently that last card is not a land. And so, let's Pilgrimage. 2, 3. Spell Mastery has been achieved. Then we will Jace. And I think... do we bounce? I think we bounce Baby Jace. That makes our Jace vulnerable. Let's just tick him up. Bottom. I don't want that. Well, I want it more than I want that, but... attack. Alright. So our opponent's down to 20 cards in library. We get to look through what they're playing here. Talon of the Telepath, Grip of the Royal, Drowners, Alchemist Vials, Jessian Thief. Just blue, relatively good stuff. Seems to be working out okay for them. Keep our Ulamog tapped down now. Flip the Jace. What will you be flashing back? I mean, Disperse is okay-ish. Not really great. Grip of the Royal is probably the best thing that you could be flashing back at this point. Right, Jace is being menaced by Guardian of Tazim. You going to tick up or flashback grip? Did neither. Okay. Well, let's plus Jace. Yeah, I would like to have that, please. Think that is the game. Of course, Chandra could be as well. Let's just make for certain. We'll cast Chandra. If she gets countered, we still have enough mana to Rolling Thunder. And Geistblast. I think we have Geistblast in the yard. We do. Alright. Tick up. And we will swing. I'll let the opponent. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, not keepable. New hand, please. Better-ish? Yeah, we'll keep this. Not happy with it. Hopefully we'll draw a fourth land or a Nissa's Pilgrimage in time. It's nice to have the fog. Right. Forest lead off from the opponent as well. Evolving Wilds is good. We will get a blue, I think, to help us find more ramp, potentially. Sylvan Advocate, alrighty. Is our opponent on mono green? They potentially are. Alright, we'll cast pieces of the puzzle here. Okay, another pieces and a Radiant Flames. That's a pretty good pieces of the puzzle. Put a couple of land into the graveyard. I do believe our opponent is on mono green. Could just be they haven't hit their second color yet. Alright, Duskwatch Recruiter. Would love to see a mountain here. Hey! Speak of the devil. I think we're going to just wait to excel and deal with these critters. Primal Bellow, okay. That will save the Duskwatch Recruiter. Although it might force them to overextend into the second Radiant Flames that they do not know about. They saw us get one of them off of the pieces of the puzzle we cast. Are we taking more than two? No, just activating the recruiter's ability. Did you hit? You did. Another advocate. 2 mana from having those guys big. And the recruiter will flip. Kozilek's return as well. Well, I think we're going to ramp this turn. So we will get a second mountain and an island. Second island as well. That way we can Radiant Flames and Kozilek's return in the same turn, which is looking like it may be necessary. Depending on what our opponent does. Definitely taking 3 here. They have shown us that they have Primal Bellow, so we could take as much as 8. No, chooses not to cast any other creatures, too. Let's start with Pore over the pages. Drawing all land. Huh. We want to discard Forest. We will play a Forest. I think we will Pieces of the Puzzle as well. This will leave us able to cast Fog if we want to. Alrighty. Well, I think that we want Rolling Thunder for sure. And I suppose Nissa's Pilgrimage. Yeah. That'll do. No Geistblasts in the yard yet. We flipped Recruiter back over. Alright, there is a big Advocate. Again, they don't know about the Radiant Flame, so we may be able to get them here. Alrighty. Well, let's Radiant Flames for 3, okay. Opponent very well could have more pump spells, but they don't. They're activating Recruiter to find some more creatures. It looks like they missed, which is good for us. Then we will Thing in the Ice. And Kozilek's return. Pump spell now? No. Alright, good. So we were in a very precarious position for a second. It's a bit better now. Just depending on what the opponent is able to do this turn. Nissa's Renewal, okay. Would like to draw one of my own Nissa's Renewal. So they're at 9 mana right now, because it took 6 to cast and they're tapped out. Right, we will start with Pilgrimage, I think. Okay, that's all the forests. We'll play Pieces of the Puzzle as well. We are holding Fog. We can flip Thing in the Ice pretty much at will now. We'll untap Island and Mountain. And we will go ahead and discard a Forest. Could have discarded the Geistblast, but we'll probably just end up using it to flip Thing in the Ice if necessary. Chandra's a good card to have as well. She ends the game rather quickly. See what they find with the Oath here. Another forest, so they're up to 10 lands now. They can cast Ulamog next turn. Or Nissa's Revelation this turn. Gain a bunch more life, potentially. Draw a bunch more cards too, potentially. Looks like 3. Yep. Let's not forget, we want to Geistblast the opponent's face. Alright, now we need to do just a little bit of math here. We've got a Geistblast in the yard. Yes, yes. We've got 9, 10, 11. So we can do 14 with Rolling Thunder. So we could do 21 damage. I think it's probably better to just play Chandra and hit them for 13. Yeah, we'll do that. Hopefully we don't get Ulamogged, because that could just be game over. But we're going to take the risk here. Not that holding the Chandra back is that good a play either, because they would probably just get our mountains with Ulamog then, and we wouldn't be able to cast her. Alright, deploy our mountain. Also play Greenwarden. And get... probably just... Fall of the Titans, I think. Yeah, confirm. Yes. With Fall of the Titans, I think we've probably got them even if Ulamog is in hand. We can play Fog to Surge, and then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got to spend 3 of that for copying with Geistblast. So that would take us to 8. We can 7 and Geist, yeah, it would be exactly 14 damage. And it looks like Ulamog is not incoming at any rate. Alright, that is quite a large Hydra, but it's irrelevant. So we will Fog for Surge. Then we will Surge our Fall of the Titans for 8 since we made a land drop. Okay. We'll do 8 and 8. That's fine. We will Geistblast. Copy. 8 and 8. And that will be it for this episode of Friday Night Magic, friends. I'm very glad that this time it wasn't all part of the Waterveil copied for the win every single game. Got to see a bit of the other things that the deck is capable of. If you liked the video, please leave a like below. It really does help. If you disliked it, the dislike button's right beside of it. Consider subscribing to the channel. You'll be notified whenever I upload new content. And until next time, friends, be excellent to each other.